and girls, children of all ages. You are listening to KSFS San Francisco at beccamedia.net/KSFS Radio. That being said, welcome to another episode of Something Sporty.
What's up? Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. So the reason we have a Tuesday episode instead of a Monday is because I had some outside conflicts that interfered with the regular time that Something Sporty is on at 7 p.m. But we are here for a makeup episode for the second to last episode of this show in general. Either way, hello everyone, I am Eric, and we have, as always,
AKA Gian.
And let's start off with, how was your weekend?
Oh, weekend. Okay. Weekend was okay until the Warriors lost. So I was outside at the Chase Center watching it. It was pretty disappointing in my opinion.
Yeah.
It was like how they no offense, at least won the game 6 and go at least lose at the game 7 at the at their home turf. Like what you remember. But yeah, it was just it was not. It was just a fat L for the Warriors. It was a quiet weekend for us, San Francisco.
And a lot of trash talking on the Lakers fans. And
yes, indeed.
Yeah, I do have Laker fans on my team, and it was just trash talk city.
Yes.
It was ridiculous. So.
I know, it's freaking crazy. Even my friends are like, even the people that are from Sac, where you guys lost. The Sac people from Sac Kings fan, they're now apparently they're LA, fans.
I mean, one can argue that it's karma.
Yeah.
For us Warriors fans. So,
yeah.
50-50, I guess?
Yeah, 50 basically.
Alright, I guess so. Anyways, as for me, I had an interesting weekend. Particularly on Saturday, on Saturday, it was surprisingly eventful.
Mm-hmm.
So on Saturday, I woke up early and then I went down to Hayward to my friend's graduation. He graduated from Cal State East Bay on Saturday.
Oh, okay.
He majored in, I believe, health science. And me and another friend from home went to his graduation over on East Bay's campus, and it was a great experience.
That's good.
Yeah, and it goes without saying, but I'm really proud of him. So, yeah, and he's going to be coming over to our graduation.
Oh, yeah, next week.
Yeah, and I got tickets for him, as promised. But later on in the day, SF State Athletics, the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, or SAC for short, hosted their very first ESPYs, their SF State ESPYs.
Ooh.
There were a lot of interesting categories. Some made sense. Well, most of them made sense, I should say. And some of them were silly. For example, most likely to arrive late to practice. That was the most notable one.
That's funny.
Yeah. And I ended up winning Best Dressed.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, I had a full-on purple suit, purple pants as well, and a purple vest and bow tie, and I have the purple Jordan 1s too. Yeah, and my teammates were rooting for me to win that award because at our tables there was QR codes to
to pick.
Yeah, to vote for best dressed for male and female, and we figured the voting was rigged and stuff like that. Yeah. So why not us? Okay, I'm not sure if it's rigged per se, but I mean, a win's a win regardless. Yeah, we got nominated, or the men's cross country and track teams got nominated in multiple categories, but we didn't win any of them except for best dressed.
Hey, you representing,
basically. And on Monday, just yesterday, we had our actual banquet, held by the school, and it's just giving out athletes awards like most valuable player, most improved, depending on the sport, of course. Like some sports have different awards. Now, there's again MVP, most improved. There's even defensive player, and yeah, there's just awards given out to those respective people. And my roommate won male track athlete of the year, and I won the Golden Gator Award.
Ooh, wait. No, Ben is not your roommate, right?
Evan's
Evan,
my roommate.
no, I thought it's Ben. No, like, oh, Ben, let's go.
Yeah, so from my understanding, the Golden Gator is for apparently best spirit on the team. And I mean, I finally won something. Like my hard work, I truly felt like my hard work actually paid off.
Yeah.
From that. From like 4 years of just working incredibly hard on that team, and it's finally paying off. Not only with my PR at conference a couple weeks ago, but also, I mean, there's best dressed.
Yeah.
And of course Golden Gator. But yeah, and I'm really happy with mine and Evan's wins in the awards, and of course a couple of my other teammates got awards too. For cross country, that is. Yeah. So while we're on that subject, let's do some brief shout outs for our competing teams, starting with the men's baseball team, who recently competed in the CCAA tournament against the Cal Poly Pomona Broncos. So the Gators got an early lead early on in the game thanks to a leadoff triple. With runners in scoring position, Antonio Nanez, he dropped a routine fly to load the bases. A single to left field, plated 2 runners, and a 2-out triple cleared the bases to give the Broncos a 4-1 lead. Later on in the 7th, Santos hit a dinger, bouncing off the scoreboard. Down 8-4 in the top of the 9th, Gavin Hamovitz hit a leadoff double, and Derek LaFerriere singled to advance Hamovitz to third. Gonzalez hit a sac fly to score Hamovitz, but the Gators hit into a double play in the next year at bat to end the game. In that game, Michael Cunningham's 9th homer of the year is the most by an individual since 2005. And for Sammy Gonzalez, he hit his 5th triple of the year and sits only behind Nick Upstill in most in the CCAA. And Daniel Santos went 3 for 4 at the plate with the team high 2 RBIs. Now on to the women's track team. Several of the women went over to Azusa Pacific for the last chance meet for one last shot to make it over to the Division II Nationals that are taking place up in Colorado. Maddie Cecilia recorded a new personal record in the triple jump with a jump of 12.27 meters to place second at the meet. Fresh off a second place finish at the conference championships, Cecilia improved on her previous best jump by 0.11 meters and is tied for 19th best mark in the entire nation. Crazy indeed. And she jumped over 12 meters on 4 of her 6 jumps and hit 12.27 on her final attempt. Meanwhile, conference champion Amy Christensen cleared 3.61 meters in the pole vault to place 4th at the meet. She set a new personal record of 3.89 meters a weekend ago to win the pole vault, and she has the 25th best mark in the entire nation. Now, conference honors, 10 baseball honors, like 10 baseball players received conference honors.
Oh, that's good.
Nick Upstill made the first team All-CCAA. Daniel Santos and Cunningham got second team honors. Matt Sugden, Cody Gardner, Gavin Hamovitz, Justin Clark, Sammy Gonzalez, Gary Groshon, and Nathan Shin rounded out the list with honorable mention honors. And this is the most honors that honorees that the Gators have had for any sport in the school's history.
There's like 10 of them almost?
10.
Yeah.
10, just from baseball alone.
That's crazy.
And they were named Men's Team of the Year at our banquet last night.
Oh.
So kudos to them for winning that honor. And also, I also want to shout out the women's track and field team for being named the Women's Team of the Year as well.
Okay.
So yeah, that's
Crazy.
right.
Everyone deserves it, so thank you for the hard work.
Oh, and more CCAA honors. Kai De Leon and Danny Guerrera from softball. De Leon was named to the second team for the second time in her career, while Guerrera garnered honorable mention. De Leon's .341 batting average was the 12th best in the entire conference. Her 30 runs scored were tied for the 5th most, and her 46 hits were tied for 13th. Guerrero started 48 games and hit .320, .405, and .547 percentages. She smashed a team-high 7 home runs, which was tied for 5th in the CCAA, and was tied for the team lead with 22 RBIs, good for 16th in the conference. But yeah, I have to say, after going to the conference, or that too, but after the banquet as well, yeah, I have to say, I gotta be really proud of what everyone has accomplished this year.
Yeah, they put a lot of work throughout the years, and then you guys all deserve it.
Yeah, and I'm really glad with how bright our future, the future is very bright for the entire program. So I'm looking forward to what they accomplish next. So, and it's very bittersweet for me because, well, I'm done. I'm not a student athlete anymore.
Yeah.
I'm just, well,
Sure.
Well, that's one way to put it. Yeah, but that's a different story for a different day. Now on to our first big sports story. Ja Morant is in hot water again.
Okay.
Has he not learned?
That's okay. I was just literally talking with my boys. Like, what happened? Like 2-3 days ago or something.
Yeah, this was very recent.
Yeah, I was like, everyone was like, here again. They just showed like an emoji, the gun emoji, and the selfie. I'm like, like a phone. I was like, oh, I already know when they said that. I was like, he got caught again. Apparently, it was on his friend's live.
Yeah, and this is like coming off after being like pretty much dissed by Polo G. Suspended, that too.
Yeah.
That too. And apparently he was, like you said, he was holding a gun during his IG live, and he was in the passenger seat of one of his buddy's cars.
Yeah.
And like,
wait, what song was he playing? Is it like NBA YoungBoy or Polo G?
I have no idea.
I think it was NBA YoungBoy, and he was.
Wait, in the IG live?
Yeah, and I think so. They were playing. They were just singing. They got probably carried on with NBA YoungBoy, and kind of old man. He was like this. I was like, oh, you're done.
Yeah, and earlier on, like when he got suspended the first time, he went into counseling. And he was suspended 8 games, and he even met with Adam Silver, and he called his actions irresponsible, reckless, and potentially very dangerous.
Yeah.
So, I don't know why Ja Morant still did this, despite...
what he did already.
Yeah, doing this a second time. Like, what are you doing, Ja?
Also, come on, bro. This is, like, your future. This is your career. You're an all-star for the Grizzlies, and you're ruining it right now. Yeah,
and he's suspended indefinitely from all activities with the Grizzlies.
Yeah,
pending investigation. Upon we don't know how long his suspension's going to be, but it's probably going to be at least until the end of the investigation.
Yeah, a good amount for sure. But he got suspended in 8 games. How many games is that? 3 weeks ish.
It depends.
Yeah. But since he got eliminated, but still, it's just a bad look on you, you know. If it's he became a free agent, no other team would be like, oh, this guy be holding guns in his life, and we don't want to be a face of our team. So it's just bad for him.
Yeah, and again, people look up to him.
Yeah.
Millions of people, by now, millions of people around the world look up to this guy. He's a superstar player, and he's doing this stupid behavior.
Yeah, he's literally like if you could putting it in the cards, he have a spades, but he's just throwing it out. I'm but you have a bright career.
Yeah, and apparently he didn't learn his lesson from the first time. And Stephen A. Smith, I forgot what show it was called exactly, but he was talking about the whole situation. He said, apparently, he got into a basketball game with some high school prospect, and not only did you knock him upside the head, but then you went to your house and came out with a gun, and allegedly, we got all this stuff, and John Morant has been associated with guns more than he's been associated with winning. Think about that for a second.
Damn.
Because you got Nike in the signature shoe, and suddenly Kyrie Irving ain't that big of a problem. But yeah, yeah, I do agree with well, I'm just like baffled by this whole news.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I thought like he would learn his lesson, you know.
Oh, it's definitely. Yeah.
It's rough. That, man.
I mean, to be honest, he made that decision. It's literally his fault.
Well, yeah, I'm not arguing against that.
But it's just, if I was in that situation, you already got caught on that first round, I would have been like, okay, no, nothing for like years. You know, you're trying to get your name cleared up, but like only a couple, like a month, and he started doing it again. I'm like, bro.
Yeah, like not even 2 months after the first time he did it, he's doing it again. Like, yeah, it's the off season, but still it's still not okay regardless of when it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, posting on lives and people's everyone see.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's not professional behavior, so he needs to get that figured out right away if he wants to like
still be in the NBA.
Play as much as he can, because who knows how long this suspension is gonna be. Well, I mean, we'll probably know what the length of the suspension will be for like the off season, but some people are saying he could get suspended for like up to half the next season.
Oh, that would kill the Grizzlies.
Yeah, that would hurt their record.
Yeah, since Dylan Brooks is already gone too.
I mean, yeah, he's well on his way out the door, but let's be real here. He wasn't really a valuable asset to the Grizzlies to begin with.
Yeah, he was talking a lot of
trash that he cannot back up for his life. But that is completely besides the point. So speaking of the NBA, let's talk about the playoffs, which has been increasingly more chaotic.
Yes.
Lower seeded teams are advancing to later rounds in the playoffs, which is something never seen before.
Yeah.
And the Nuggets are the only top seeded team in the conference finals right now. Yeah. They're the only one seed on this.
Yeah. Most of them are, I think it's like 6 seed or 7. I think most of the teams right now on the playoffs is on 6 seed, 7 seed, I think so, and then except for the Nuggets.
Yeah. The Miami Heat, they're an 8 seed.
Yeah.
They're the first 8 seeded team in nearly 30 years to make it to the conference finals.
Yeah, they're crazy.
Like,
I'm still shocked that they freaking beat.
They beat Milwaukee, that, and New York.
Yep.
I was surprised by that, but more on that matchup in a moment. But first, let's talk about Warriors and Lakers series.
Oh my god, that game 6 is so disappointing.
Yeah, but we had Lonnie Walker, who stepped up for the Lakers. He scored 15 points in a phenomenal fourth quarter performance, and the Lakers rallied late to take that 3-1 second round series lead in Game 4 with a 104-101 victory over the Warriors. LeBron dropped 27, AD had 23 and 15, solid double-double. Curry had 31 and 10 and 14 assists in his 13 career triple-double for the Warriors. Oh, wow. How did that go over my head? Anyways, Game 5, Curry had 27 points and 8 assists, and that helped propel the Warriors to force a Game 6.
Yep.
And that ended up being the Warriors' final home win of the series, including the playoffs.
Yeah.
And now on to Game 6. That's where stuff got ugly. Very, very ugly.
Yes.
James had 30 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists, and the Lakers ended the Warriors' reign with a 122-101 victory in Game 6 of the second round series. Davis had 17 points and 20 rebounds for the Lakers.
Jeez.
20 more rebounds than points.
Yes.
Now that's Dennis Rodman
Yeah,
numbers,
that is
if
crazy.
you ask me. And Austin Reeves had the play of the night.
Yes, that half. You're talking about half court shot.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. But that was a switch too. I didn't even touch the freaking.
Yeah. Now that's
net.
something you don't see every day.
Yeah, he
man.
just chucked that in, and he's like, bro. Even though I'm not I was hating on them, but that was a nice shot. No offense.
And what makes it more interesting is that he was recently offered like a $40 million contract of some kind.
To extend his thing.
Yeah, and I guess he deserves it after.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, the guy's been balling,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, I'm getting a gut feeling that he's gonna end up like how Jordan Poole came out.
Oh yeah, he was just good at that like moment, and then after.
Yeah, and the Warriors signed him to that multi-year contract. It was like $160 million.
Yeah, he was getting paid like 27 to 32 a year or something like that.
Yeah, and now he's not even worth half of that. Like, look at what happened in the playoffs.
Well, I think the game 6, he had in 12 minutes, he was playing for 20 minutes. He had 0 points. I think 5 fouls. It was like 6 turnovers or something like that. It was crazy. I'm like, bro, what the heck?
Yeah, but my point is, I'm getting a feeling that Austin Reeves could end up suffering that same fate
In the future.
as Jordan Poole, just given like a nice contract, like a decent contract at the very least, and then end up like Jordan Poole, who has been performing very disappointingly.
Yeah. He's
So
the most, they call him the overpaid player right now. The most overpaid player.
overpaid. Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, he's like 3-4 years in to his NBA career. Yeah, he shouldn't be getting paid that much.
Yes.
Let alone 160 million. Okay, if it was like 7 or 8 years, okay, that's understandable. But Jordan Poole's like at half of that.
Yeah. And also, I was another note is the game for like Clay. Also, Clay was also terrible in that game.
Oh
Only
my God.
Kerry is holding that team on that. Was it Friday? That Friday, I'm
Yeah.
like, bro. Only Kerry is like doing most of the work. Like, where's the other person at?
Game 6 Clay was nowhere to be seen.
There's even a video of, I think they didn't even they let Clay shoot a open 3 and he freaking
Airball?
Yeah, not airball, but just missed so bad. Like,
I think that was in the final seconds of the half
Yeah.
before Austin Reeves shot.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, oh, like, bro,
It was ugly, dude.
like their percent shooting on 3 was insane. It's like so bad. They shoot so many threes, but they only like had like 20% or something, or 15%
Yeah.
success.
Which begs the question, what's next for the Warriors?
Yeah, it's just the dynasty of Warriors coming in the end.
Some people are saying that the dynasty is not over. Even Vince Carter said that. I mean, it's shocking, undeniably shocking, that the Warriors have lost to a Western Conference opponent in the playoffs for the first time in 9 years.
Yeah.
But I mean, as long as the Warriors like get their stuff together and like keep their key pieces and get a new center,
Yes.
which they're desperately in need of,
Yeah, most definitely.
then I see them being back in playoff contention, like true contention, not a 6 seed like the Warriors ended up being in, well, this past season.
Yeah.
So,
Have you also heard about those people want to? Is it Jaylen Brown from Boston? Jaylen Brown, right?
yeah, I heard.
Yeah.
I know Jaylen Brown.
Yeah. They said Jaylen Brown should go to the Warriors. It's
Huh?
just like just one guy like assuming like, I think Jaylen Brown's career is better if he goes to the Warriors. Something like that. I don't know who
What?
said it.
This guy's putting up all-star numbers with the Celtics, and the Celtics are having a clearly better season than the Warriors,
Yeah.
both in the regular and the playoffs.
Yeah,
So
that-
I don't know who said this, but this guy's delusional.
But I think you were just saying Vecino, Jason Tatum is like they're always fighting for like which one is like the star. So they're like, oh, is it a Jason Tatum or is it Jaylen Brown? Something like that. But that's what his argument is. So I was like, it's not really helpful because Curry is on the freaking Warriors.
I mean, it doesn't really matter as to over a popularity contest, for lack of a better term, but it comes down to if this team is successful or not.
Yeah.
Regardless if it's Jaylen Brown is the top scorer for whatever game, or is it Jason Tatum?
Yeah.
So it's ridiculous that someone's saying that Jaylen Brown would have a better season, better career on the Warriors than him being on the Celtics right now. The guy's putting up 20 plus points a game, maybe 24, 25 points per game, something like that. But to me, he's doing completely fine. Mm-hmm. And as far as I'm concerned, his relationship with Jason Tatum's been great, and fighting to be like the face of the franchise has been anything but an issue for both players.
Yeah. Or
just the whole team for that matter.
I agree.
But yeah, so back to the Warriors. Mm-hmm. My question is, do they regret their contract decisions? I believe that they do.
For which one?
Specifically for Jordan Poole.
Oh, yes.
I'm sorry, but that was like a horrible.
Yeah, investment.
Yeah. I mean, short term, fresh off of the Warriors winning an NBA championship, that was great, well deserved.
Yeah.
But clearly that did not age well. Mm-hmm. Again, look at how Jordan Poole performed.
This whole season, terrible.
Yeah, he's been inconsistent. The guy just goes off, dropping 30-something, maybe even 50-something points one game, and then he does virtually nothing scoring-wise.
So much turnover. Literally, the stupidest turnover. You imagine.
Right.
How could you even lose the ball But
it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Man.
Everyone's actually hating on fucking Jordan Poole, bro. They said that's why you said your last name is not Jordan, you know. Is your first name is not? Don't be like Michael Jordan.
Right.
But yeah, that's what everyone's saying. We're gonna shoot He was shooting threes so far ahead, out the freaking He was shooting almost half court shot and miss it and airball it or something. Bro, you have enough time. Relax.
Right. And now on to the next matchup in the semifinal series. We had the Suns versus the Nuggets.
Yes.
Oh, it was an ugly sight for Phoenix.
Yes, bro. Isn't Chris Paul injured?
I think he was. Yeah, he was injured. Well, he still is injured.
But when they lost that, Chris Paul was watching and he was so.
Yeah, it was just terrible.
Yeah, I thought KD gonna make this team
I thought he was gonna carry the team
yes.
like he carried KD, or he carried Brooklyn.
Yeah.
In 2021, though they fell to the Bucks in 7 games, and Kevin Durant was inches away from a win.
Yeah.
In that game, his foot was literally right on the 3-point line.
Yep, and then flop.
I mean, it was unfortunate, but that's completely besides the point. Anyway, Jokic had 29 points, 13 rebounds, and 12 assists for his 10th career playoff triple-double, breaking the tie with Wilt Chamberlain by a center in NBA history.
Crazy.
Michael Porter Jr. bounced back from a quiet night in Game 4 with 19 points on 5 of 8 shooting from long range. Denver outscored Phoenix 31-23 in fast break points. Booker scored 28 points but missed 11 of 19 shots. Bruce Brown boosted the Nuggets bench with 25 points, and the Nuggets sank 13 of 27 from long range. Jamal Murray added 19 points for Denver, and Kevin Durant chipped in 26 points for Phoenix, but also had an uncharacteristic 5 turnovers.
Sheesh. That's a lot.
Yeah, sheesh is right. Game 6, the Nuggets used a 23-2 run during the later part of the first quarter to take a 44-26 lead. Never looked back. KCP, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, averaging 9.5 points in the playoffs, scored 17 in the first quarter, while Jokic added 14. He said, "We were the aggressors the whole game, especially the first half. We were just really good." Caldwell Pope finished with 21 points. Jokic shot 13 of 18 from the field and added 12 assists and 10 rebounds. It was his fourth triple-double of the season in 11 games, or of the postseason. Now on to the Knicks versus Miami.
Bro.
Jimmy Butler going off again in Game 4, 27 points, 10 assists. Bam Adebayo with 23 points and 13 rebounds.
Sheesh.
And the Heat topped the New York Knicks 109-101 on Monday night. Max Strus scored 16 points. Kyle Lowry added 15, and Caleb Martin had 10 for the Heat. Miami became only the fourth number 8 seed. Oh, wait, I already said that. Where was I? Jalen Brunson finished with 32 points and 11 assists for the Knicks, while R.J. Barrett had 24 points, and Randall scored 20 for the Knicks before fouling out with about 3 minutes to go in the game. They got to offensive rebounds, to loose balls. They got some tough guys that get respect, said R.J. Barrett. I give them credit. They're working hard. They've got guys following every possession. Sorry, give me a moment.
Yep.
They've got guys following every possession. They're getting calls. They're getting rebounds. They're playing hard. We play hard as well. Now in Game 5, Brunson had 38 points, 9 rebounds, and 7 assists while playing all 48 minutes in a season-extending performance to keep the Knicks' postseason hopes alive, winning that game 112-103. And this was after Brunson talked to his coach about how many minutes he would be playing. Butler had 19 points, 9 assists, 7 rebounds for the Heat, getting held below 25 points for the first time this postseason. Adebayo added 18 points, and Duncan Robinson had 17. Now into Game 6. Butler scored 24 points, and Bam had 23. And the Heat are now in the Eastern Conference Finals after taking down the Knicks 96-92. Who went off? Brunson. Well, Jalen Brunson actually went off, dropping 41 points.
Oh, yeah, I just...
off of 14 for 22 shooting.
Yeah,
shooting.
He was going ham.
Yeah. And his teammates combined only for 51 points. Randall had 15 and R.J. Barrett had 11 on 1 for 10 shooting. Josh Hart also had 11. Now Boston versus Philly.
Oh, that was
great series.
Yeah, it was a
great series.
Not gonna lie, I was hoping Philly was amazing.
Yeah, I was honestly hoping Philly would finally get the win and go on to the conference finals, but Tatum had different ideas in mind. The 76ers led by as many as 21 points in the fourth quarter at home as home fans booed the Celtics, and they could have closed out the series in advance when they hosted Game 6 on that Thursday night. It was the third straight 30-point game in the series for Joel Embiid. It was he had his full array of offensive weapons to pick apart the Celtics defense. He also had 7 rebounds, 4 blocks, and 3 3-pointers made. Jeez. Tatum led Boston with 36 points, but was 11 of 27 from the field. Jaylen Brown finished 24 points. The Celtics went 12 of 38 from the 3-point line. Tatum in Game 6 buried 1-3 for the 84-83 lead, and a second that made it 87-83 and put the Celtics in firm control in front of a boisterous Philly crowd. Tatum stuck it to the 76ers with one final three-pointer for a 95-84 lead. The defending conference champs were in familiar territory as Boston trailed 3-2 last season in the second round against the Bucks before it won Game 6 on the road and Game 7 at home. Tatum finished that game with 19 points on just 5 of 21 shooting, but the final stat line mattered little after he keyed the 14-3 run that turned the game in their favor. Tatum definitely redeemed himself, though, as he had the best Game 7 performance in NBA playoffs history. Yeah, he dropped 51 points, 13 rebounds, and 5 assists.
He was
for the 112-88 victory.
That is but there's one time that he was just back to back. Like, this guy don't miss. I'm like,
right?
Yeah, like, At first, I thought he's going to stop at 27. No, he keep going on 32, 35, and it was like
Yeah,
38.
man.
It was like
It's
40. It
insane.
was like 40, hit 40. I thought he's going to stop there. No, he keep going. Boom, boom. yeah, amazing. But yeah.
Yeah. And Tatum, people are saying his performance is better than Curry's, and I actually have to agree with that statement.
Yeah.
Actually, I take that back. It's evenly matched. I see that because Tatum has more points and rebounds, while Curry has more assists and 3-pointers made.
Yeah.
Curry has had literally one more 3-pointer than Tatum, so there's that.
Crazy.
And here's another interesting thing that came out of this series. Embiid threw his team under the bus following the Game 7 loss. He said in an interview, quote, it's going to take more than us. I got to be better, and I will be better. Me and James can't win alone, That's why basketball was played 5-on-5. So, we just need everybody to try to keep finding ways, and, we'll be fine, end quote. He says that he and Harden can't do this on their own.
Yeah.
Yet they went 8 of 29 from the field in Game 7 combined. Embiid did the same thing with Harden last year when he joined the Sixers. He said, since we got him, everybody expected Houston James Harden, but that's not who he is anymore. And Tatum was 8 of 10 from the field in that game while Embiid was guarding him.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's a yikes moment if you ask me. And now, with all that in mind, history is repeating itself. Remember the 2020 bubble?
Uh-huh.
It's the same conference finals matchups.
That's crazy.
Western Conference Finals, we have the Lakers and the Nuggets. And in the East, meanwhile, we have the Heat versus the Celtics. Yeah, the Heat versus Celtics. That's right. So, with that in mind, it's hot take time.
Okay.
So, this is a two-parter actually.
Yeah.
The script will favor the losers from 2020. In other words, it will be the other teams who will come out on top in the rematch from the 2020 Western and Eastern Conference Finals. Denver and Boston, I believe, will be the ones that will come out on top and compete in the NBA Finals.
Oh, actually, I kind of agree with you. Have you seen that conspiracy theory that why Boston? There's like one picture that why the Boston basketball, like the actual basketball finals, was on Boston. It was like a picture of roaming around in it.
Yeah.
That was
it was on Boston's court at TD Garden.
Yeah, and it was like it said NBA Finals 2023.
Oh.
Yeah, is there like? So I kind of agree with you that.
Yeah, it's a script 3 seasons in the making.
Uh-huh.
It's a full circle moment. Sure, the skills have changed for all 4 of these teams that are competing in the conference finals, for better or worse. But the point is, it will be Boston and Denver that will be duking it out in the finals.
Yeah.
But it will be Boston's opportunity to break that tie for most championships between the Lakers and the Celtics.
Sheesh.
And just trying to complete the race for championship number 18. Going for combined championship number 35, or as I like to call it, the road to 35 arc.
Oh.
And I believe with the Celtics winning the NBA championship, the story arc will finally be complete.
Yes.
And the Celtics will indeed be the superior team. So, in other sports news, there's been a lot of firings as of late. Monty Williams lost his job as head coach for the Suns after getting booted by the Nuggets.
Yeah.
Oh, and this was days after Mike Budenholzer got fired from the Bucks after they lost to Miami in the first round. And according to news.com, it marked the first time 2 coaches from an NBA Finals matchup were both fired within 2 seasons.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Budenholzer and the Bucks defeated Monty Williams and the Suns back in the 2021 NBA Finals. And the stats only get worse, as none of the coaches who led their team to the NBA's best record over the past 6 seasons are currently employed by that team, according to ESPN Stats and Information, with Budenholzer, Williams, Quinn Snyder, and Mike D'Antoni all receiving the boot.
Damn.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But on a more wholesome note, The Rock got a locker room named after him over at the University of Miami. No joke.
Yeah.
It's called Dwayne The Rock Johnson Football Locker Room.
Oh, that's so cute.
And I saw a video of it, and wow,
it's nice, right? It was like
it's top notch.
well, it was
dude.
like a one of those like locker rooms that you see in Vegas, like those Vegas casino thing. It was like lights, and it was like the chair was like curved and stuff, like crazy.
Yeah, it's something that could rival LSU's locker room
yeah.
or the University of Alabama's.
Yeah. No, I also heard that the Ohio State locker room is also pretty nice.
Yeah.
Damn. Did he funded that, or like the school made it for him?
That's a good question. It was probably both for all I
Yeah.
know.
So like, you know, as an investor or
Yeah. He was
was it
from the article I read, he was giving back to his community.
oh yeah, basically
So,
yeah. Donation basically.
Pretty much.
Donation.
Yeah. And recently the NFL schedule was released.
Oh really?
Oh yeah, it was released just a couple days ago.
Mhm.
So there are a lot of notable matchups that'll be happening this season, or this upcoming season, I should say. The Eagles versus Chiefs will be competing in their highly anticipated Super Bowl 57 rematch
Wow.
in November on Week 11, or October or November. I have no idea, but it's Week 11 regardless. Oh, and opening week will also feature the debut of Aaron Rodgers on the New York Jets as they compete against the Buffalo Bills.
Oh, Bills.
And one ESPN analyst, Matt Bowen, says that the 49ers and Eagles matchup is something that he is looking forward to a lot.
Oh,
A
yes.
rematch of the NFC Championship game that happened earlier this year.
Hey, I would watch that. That game would have been insane.
And another guy, an NFL writer, Matt Granziano, says that he's looking forward to the Week 17 matchup of the Bengals and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Ooh.
AFC Championship.
Yes.
AFC Championship matchup rematch.
Crazy.
He said, I can't get enough of this matchup. The past 4 years have been must-watch games, and 2 of them have been AFC Championship games. While anything could happen, I expect these two to be two of the top teams in the league again this year. And a New Year's Eve matchup 2 weeks before the playoffs start will be a delicious appetizer. So, now that we have all that in mind, hot take time part 2. Whoever lost in the AFC and NFC championship games earlier this calendar year will get their revenge in their respective matchups. Both teams, in this case, the 49ers and the Bengals, will take down the Eagles and the Chiefs. I say this because, one, I believe both teams will have learned from the mistakes they have learned
I agree. Yeah, that is.
from the past post matchups and will be more ready for their respective opponents. 2, teams signed players that could be valuable assets like Javon Hargrave, signed with the 49ers, and apparently he is a defensive unit. So that could be big for the 49ers.
Yeah.
And 3, it seems like the script for the NFL was leaked, and it appears that it may be the case. Oh, the 49ers and the Bengals winning, that is.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's a full circle moment.
Hey.
Who doesn't like that stuff?
Hey, 49ers.
On national TV,
Yes.
mind you. Yeah, so along with that matchup, there's a total of 14 playoff rematches from last season, and that is the most in a season in NFL history.
That's crazy.
According to ESPN Stats and Information Research.
Yeah, they're making this year big. Huh.
Oh, yeah. And sports have gotten a lot more interesting now that the script is a thing and perhaps a meme. And to wrap this show up, we have KSI. He took on a professional boxer, Cole Fournier.
Yes.
He won in controversial fashion
Yes.
because apparently he landed an elbow.
Yeah. He when in the videos clearly he didn't mean to do it, but when he missed a shot rather than landing his fist, his elbow hit the jaw and he knocked him out
cold.
Yeah. But he was interviewed about the whole thing, and he did not really seem phased by it. He's like, so if it's no contest, fine. It is what it is. Yeah, I'll just move on, and I'll have 5 wins, 0 losses, 1 draw, and a no contest. Like, what no contest? People in the future could just look it up and see the situation. But I think I'm at peace with a no contest.
Yeah.
I don't really mind. I'm a fair guy. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I don't need to win. For me, the reason I came back was to knock out Jake Paul, and that matchup has been in the talks for years.
Yes.
So, controversy aside, I think that following this pay-per-view matchup, and given that for now, keywords for now, he's beaten an undefeated professional boxer, we could be getting increasingly closer to Jake Paul versus KSI finally a reality.
Yeah.
Although for that matchup, I may have to give the edge to Jake Paul because he's had experience competing against more experienced boxers.
Mm.
So, but that is another story for another time. So on that note, this has been Something Sporty. I am Eric, and this is, as always,
AKA Gian or Sid.
and tune in next week for the series finale of Something Sporty, taking place at the regular time, Monday at 7 p.m., live exclusively on KSFS radio. And we will have a special send-off for this show that has been a very close part of me, something I've truly enjoyed doing throughout my time as a college student. So that said, I wish you all a great rest of your week, and we will see you all on the flip side. Goodbye.